Life often feels like a series of battles, moments where we feel broken, overwhelmed, and uncertain. But what if the very flames of adversity you're facing are not meant to destroy you, but to heal and transform you? Today, we'll explore the idea of being healed through the fire. A fire that refines, strengthens, and reveals God's purpose for us. Isaiah 43:2 reminds us, "When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you." Stay with me as we uncover how God can transform our pain into power and our weakness into strength. Isaiah 43:2 is a promise, not that we'll avoid the fire, but that we'll never walk through it alone. God assures us of His presence even in our hardest moments. The fire represents the trials of life, heartbreak, rejection, loss. It's easy to feel like these moments are meant to destroy us. But just as a silversmith uses fire to purify metal, God uses our trials to refine us, stripping away the parts of us that hold us back. The fire isn't here to harm you, it's here to prepare you. But let's be honest, it doesn't always feel like that. When you're in the middle of the flames, it's easy to ask, why me? Or why now? Yet even in these moments, God is working. The question isn't whether we'll face fire. We all will. The question is whether we'll trust God to bring us through it. Why does God allow us to walk through the fire? Think of gold being refined. It has to endure intense heat to remove impurities and reach its true value. Similarly, our struggles reveal our deepest fears, insecurities, and weaknesses. When we allow God to work through these moments, He purifies our hearts, strengthens our character, and draws us closer to Him. Romans 8:28 assures us that all things work together for good for those who love God. Even the fire, the pain you're experiencing now isn't pointless, it's part of a larger plan, one that you might not fully understand yet. Just like Joseph in the Bible, who endured betrayal and imprisonment, you might be in the middle of your refining process. But what if, like Joseph, the fire is positioning you for something far greater? True healing begins with surrender. When we stop fighting the flames and start trusting God, we allow Him to use the fire for our good. It's in these moments of surrender that we begin to see God's hand at work. The fire brings clarity. It burns away distractions and reveals what truly matters. We start to recognize the wounds we've carried for so long: bitterness, fear, and anger. And as these wounds are exposed, God steps in to heal them. The story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace reminds us of God's faithfulness. When they refused to bow to an idol, they were thrown into the flames. But they were not alone. A fourth figure appeared in the fire with them. That's the promise we have in our own lives. God doesn't leave us to face the flames on our own. He walks with us, protecting us and using the fire to transform us into something stronger. The fire doesn't just heal us, it equips us. What once felt like brokenness becomes a source of strength. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul writes, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Your scars are not signs of defeat, but of victory. They're reminders of how far God has brought you and testimonies of His faithfulness. So think of someone you admire for their strength. Chances are their strength didn't come without hardship. The fire you're enduring now is shaping you into someone who can inspire and uplift others. Just as Joseph's trials prepared him to save countless lives, your challenges are equipping you to make a difference. In the midst of the fire, it's hard to see beyond the pain. But let's reframe our perspective. What if this fire is a necessary part of your journey? What if the hardships are the tools God is using to prepare you for your calling? As we let go of our plans and trust in His, we begin to see the fire not as a punishment, but as a gift that reshapes us, refines us, and prepares us for what's ahead. Paul reminds us in 2 Corinthians 4:16-17 that our momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. The pain is temporary, but its purpose is eternal. If you're in the fire right now, take heart. God is with you. He's using this season to refine you, to prepare you, and to draw you closer to Him. Don't give up. Trust the process And remember, you're being transformed for a greater purpose. If this message has encouraged you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need this reminder. And before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us reach more people who are walking through their own fires. Together, we can remind the world that God's fire doesn't destroy, it transforms. Let's keep moving forward one step at a time.